Welcome back to the channel that blitzes NFL legends harder than Ray Lewis in his prime. Alright, riddle me this, how does one single family produce more elite quarterbacks than some entire franchises? What's in their DNA? Pigskin and Gatorade. Today we're unlocking the secrets behind football's most unstoppable bloodline, the Manning family. The original QB factory that's been churning out Hall of Famers like they're fresh off an assembly line. We're talking shocking draft day power plays, heartbreaks, controversies, and a brand new heir who might be the biggest Manning yet. And trust me, number 7 will have you screaming, is there no end to this quarterback machine? Buckle up, because this is how one family rewrote the NFL's royal family tree, and they're nowhere near done. Let's fire away. Before Peyton's forehead became its own brand and Eli turned the Patriots into his personal punching bag, there was Archie Manning. The OG of the Manning quarterback dynasty was born in tiny Drew, Mississippi. His dad ran a local store and his mom made sure Archie never left the house without a ball in hand. The dude was so athletic that the MLB drafted him 4 times. He could have been knocking curveballs out of Fenway instead of trying to dodge 300-pound linemen with the Saints. But the Saints, yeah, they were bad, like the kind of bad that makes your quarterback want to fake an injury just to take a Sunday off. He spent 9 seasons running for his life behind the worst offensive line in football and ended up with the worst win percentage ever for an NFL quarterback with over 100 starts. But here's the twist, Archie wasn't bitter. Instead, he built a backyard empire, throwing passes to his kids until the sun went down. He may not have hoisted a Lombardi, but he laid the concrete for the next generation to build the Manning mansion on. And speaking of that next generation, Archie's firstborn was Cooper. The Manning who never was, but maybe could have been the biggest star of them all. Cooper Manning was a walking highlight reel in high school. While Peyton and Eli would become household names under center, Cooper was catching bombs as a wide receiver at Isidore Newman High in New Orleans. Scouts raved about his hands, his speed, and his freakish agility. Some said Cooper might actually have been the best athlete of the 3 brothers. No easy feat in a house where dinner talk was cover 2 versus cover 3 inches. But just when he was about to torch SEC defenses at Ole Miss, Cooper started feeling numbness in his hands and legs. Doctors diagnosed him with spinal stenosis, a narrowing of the spinal canal that made any hit potentially catastrophic. So at just 18, Cooper had to hang up his cleats. Imagine being that talented and watching your little brothers live the dream that was ripped away from you. But instead of bitterness, Cooper became the family's hype man, the goofy older brother who always reminded Peyton and Eli to enjoy the ride. And guess what? He gets the last laugh, because Cooper's son Arch might be the biggest QB prodigy yet. Now let's talk about Peyton, the crown jewel of the QB machine. Peyton the Sheriff Manning wasn't just good, he turned yelling Omaha into the NFL's version of abracadabra. His high school career was ridiculous. National Player of the Year, 60+ scholarship offers, and more yardage than most kids ever dream of. But the biggest shock, he didn't go to Ole Miss, the family school. He went to Tennessee, and the entire state of Mississippi nearly rioted. At Tennessee, Peyton set records that still stand. Over 11,000 passing yards, 89 touchdowns. He could read defenses like you read your fantasy roster. Then came the NFL, drafted first overall by the Colts in 1998. He transformed a basement-dwelling franchise into a perennial Super Bowl contender. 4 MVPs, 2 Super Bowl rings, 14 Pro Bowls. And let's not forget the neck injury that almost ended his career. Most QBs would retire after that. Peyton just switched teams, joined the Broncos, broke the single-season touchdown record, and added another ring to the family trophy case. And even after retirement, he's everywhere. TV shows, commercials, that goofy grin on the Manning cast, the dude's living proof that charisma is genetic. Now, if Peyton was the unstoppable force, Eli was the immovable object, especially if you were Tom Brady. Eli was the youngest Manning and the quietest, but you'd never know that by the way he ruined Bill Belichick's plans twice. Isidore Newman High, he smashed all of Peyton's records, then strolled into Ole Miss and did the same there. The real magic came in the NFL. Eli got drafted number 1 overall by the Chargers, but the Mannings flexed so hard they basically told San Diego, try again, buddy. A blockbuster trade later, Eli was a giant, literally. In Super Bowl 42, he faced the undefeated Patriots, Tom Brady, Randy Moss, the whole villain squad. Eli pulls off the helmet catch, escapes what looked like a guaranteed sack, and sends the perfect season into the trash. Then 4 years later, same movie, different sequel. Patriots rematch. Eli wins again, 2 Super Bowl MVPs, a .500 career record. The most Eli thing ever, equal parts brilliance, and did he really throw that pick? But when you break the Patriots' hearts twice, they can never take that away from you. Oh, and that draft day drama, legendary. Archie Manning basically made it clear that Eli would never play for the Chargers. This wasn't some empty threat. Archie remembered how badly the Saints wasted his own prime, so he made sure Eli didn't suffer the same fate. The Chargers picked him anyway, then had to trade him to the Giants for Phillip Rivers and draft picks. When your last name can dictate the entire top of an NFL draft, you know you're not just a family, you're a dynasty. But here's the plot twist that keeps the QB machine alive. Arch Manning, Cooper's son, the kid who's had a camera in his face since he could throw a spiral. Arch went to Isidore Newman too, of course he did, and promptly broke all his uncle's records. 93 touchdowns, nearly 7,300 yards. The hype was so real, people thought surely it's just the last name, right? Then Arch strolled into his Texas Longhorns spring game, dropped a perfect 75-yard bomb on his first drive, went 10 for 10, and the doubters shut up fast. He's not the starter yet. Quinn Ewers is holding down that job for now, but everyone knows it's just a matter of time before Arch takes over. The NFL's already counting down the days until another Manning gets drafted top 2. But wait, there could be more. Peyton's kids, Eli's kids, rumor has it they're already tossing tight spirals in the backyard. The next Manning family reunion might look like the NFL Combine Junior. If even half these kids live up to the hype, the NFL could be dealing with the Manning machine for another 50 years. And they're not just quarterbacks anymore, and they're media moguls too. Peyton's Places is must-watch TV. He interviews old legends, cracks dad jokes, and still somehow looks like he could read a defense mid-sentence. Then there's the Manning cast, Monday Night Football with the Mannings. It's basically watching a game with your funniest football friends, except your friends are 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks, roasting players, and coaches live on air. Of course, no dynasty's perfect. Archie's record was terrible. Peyton almost lost it all to a neck injury. Eli had more pick sixes than some entire franchises, and the family's no stranger to controversy, from draft drama to old college allegations that still pop up on Twitter. But that's what makes the QB machine so real. For every trophy, there's a bruise or a scandal, but they keep rolling. The best part, this machine might never shut down. They've got a family tree with more potential QBs than some NFL division. They've got the blueprint, backyard practices, a touch of rebellion, and a healthy dose of no, we run this draft now. So next time you see a Manning on your screen, just remember, you're not watching one guy, you're witnessing the world's first family of quarterbacks, keeping the machine alive for another generation. So what do you think? Is Arch going to be the best Manning yet, or will we be talking about one of Peyton's or Eli's kids next? Drop your boldest predictions in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that like button harder than a goal line linebacker. Subscribe for more gridiron stories that hit harder than an Ed Reed pick 6. Catch you in the next one.